Hello NBA fans, every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm counting on you to subscribe to the channel and leave your. The Lakers are working toward the future, and that's why they're concerned about Austin Reaves' situation. He's an excellent scorer and playmaker, averaging 20.2 points and 5.8 assists per game last season, and could be an ideal long-term partner for Doncic. But Reaves is also prone to down seasons, inconsistent defense, and a drop in playoff performance. There were strong rumors earlier this offseason that the Lakers were considering trading Reaves to potentially cash in on him before he becomes too expensive and balance their ball-dominant roster with more talent up front. Reaves is a fan favorite and still has room to grow as a player entering his fifth NBA season. The Lakers will be banking on him as their third star this season. Lakers owners and Rob Pelinka have stated that they are willing to invest $30 million to sign Austin Reaves to a new contract. Therefore, Austin Reaves will be the Lakers' third star. Multiple front office execs believe Reaves will earn over $30 million annually on his next deal, with expectations he'll remain in LA next to Luka Doncic. Austin Reaves is about to get paid, and he likely won't have to leave Los Angeles. According to a new report from ESPN, the Lakers guard is expected to command more than $30 million per year on his next contract, with multiple league executives believing he's cemented his role as Luka Doncic's long-term backcourt partner. "I think he will get $30 million plus," one executive told ESPN. With Jalen Brunson and Kyrie Irving previously holding that role next to Doncic in Dallas, the Lakers believe they've found the perfect co-star for Luka in Los Angeles, and all signs point to Reaves staying put. The expectation, from both that executive and others, is that Reaves ultimately will return to Los Angeles, which would cement Reaves' role as the long-term running mate next to Doncic in LA's backcourt, the role once held by Brunson then Irving in Dallas, reported ESPN insiders. The situation has changed for the Lakers ever since they traded for Luka Doncic in February. Overnight, their entire timeline shifted as the team's priority adjusted to reflect the whims of Luka Doncic. With the Lakers scrambling to build the best team possible around their new young star, Reaves' place in their long-term plans has often been described as uncertain. Now, however, it seems they are set to make Reaves Luka's permanent co-star to help him usher in a new generation of Lakers basketball. He may not be an MVP candidate, but Reaves has proven himself to be one of the most effective role players in the league. After going undrafted in 2021, Reaves had to work extra hard to earn his spot on the Lakers, but he carved out a role right away for his team-friendly playstyle, elite work ethic, and fearless approach to the game. Of course, his production on the court is the most important, and he hasn't disappointed in that regard. Last season, in just his fourth year in the NBA, Reaves averaged 20.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 5.8 assists per game on 46% shooting. He started every game he played, 73, with an average of 34.9 minutes per game. As it stands, Reaves' contract is currently a steal for the Lakers. Next season, he's set to make just $13.9 million with a $14.9 million player option for the 2026-27 campaign. Reaves will almost surely be looking to opt out of that deal and sign a new contract as soon as possible. The problem for the Lakers is that he wants at least $30 million. He already declined the Lakers' $90 million offer this summer. Between paying Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and Rui Hachimura, the Lakers are already required to pay $115 million, and adding another $20+ million to that would severely inhibit their cap flexibility. The Lakers' best bet is to capitalize on this season before their looming contract situations come to a head. In an ideal scenario, they'd let LeBron James walk next summer to clear the books and open up $50+ million in cap space in 2026. With Doncic and Reaves locked in, the Lakers are forming one of the league's most promising backcourts. If Reaves continues to improve, a $30 million annual salary might just be the price of doing business in today's NBA, and the Lakers seem ready to pay it. Lakers trade pitch sends disappointing point guard to Pacers for potential draft bust. Another move could be on the horizon for the Los Angeles Lakers this summer. The franchise is far from perfect despite making much-needed adjustments to its roster to begin the offseason. If Los Angeles wants to roll the dice, they could trade a disappointing point guard to the Indiana Pacers for a young forward who's dangerously close to reaching bust status in the big leagues. They, Lakers, get a former lottery pick, Jarace Walker, in a hypothetical three-team trade, sending Maxi Kleber to the Atlanta Hawks, as well as Gabe Vincent and an unprotected 2028 first-round pick to the Pacers, who would be able to help them in the frontcourt, Sports Illustrated's Jackson Caudell and Rohan Raman wrote Tuesday. Walker has struggled to stay healthy so far with the Pacers, but his talent is undeniable. Walker has played a small role during his first 2 years of the season, but could be ready for a breakout on the right team. He's a 40.4% career three-point shooter and brings a lot of energy. They move off of a negative contract and get someone who can help them now and into the future. The Washington Wizards selected Walker with the number 8 overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft, but later traded the Houston product to the Pacers. For a player expected to make a more significant impact than the average young player early on in his career, Walker hasn't disappointed thus far. Although the 21-year-old has been a consistent long-range threat to begin his NBA journey, his overall production, 5.4 points and 2.7 rebounds per game through 2 seasons while playing less than 20 minutes nightly, suggests he isn't ready for primetime. Still, with Vincent performing well below his potential in a Lakers uniform as an experienced 29-year-old veteran, Walker could be perceived as a high-risk, high-reward asset for Los Angeles. History tells us exactly when Rob Pelinka's next big Lakers move is coming. The original timeline projections for the Los Angeles Lakers retool may have been spot on. Project 2027 was what Los Angeles Lakers fans dubbed the long-term plan to build around Luka Doncic. While there is certainly some nuance that needs explaining about the exact circumstances, that should be exactly when Rob Pelinka's next game-changing maneuver should be expected. ESPN's NBA insiders published a story on Wednesday that offered extensive look at the situation in Los Angeles. That write-up offered a strong estimation on how the Lakers should be expected to capitalize on their opportunistic approach that has prioritized flexibility. ESPN wrote, "An ideal situation is to parlay the expiring contracts into players who can help now and next season. That would put the Lakers in a position to have close to $100 million in cap space in 2027. The NBA insiders highlighted notable 2027 free agents Giannis Antetokounmpo, Stephen Curry, Nikola Jokic, Karl-Anthony Towns, Donovan Mitchell, and even Anthony Davis as players who should be on the radar. The Lakers would be positioned to strike, like they have done in the past. Lakers have enacted this exact same plan before." ESPN offered their proof as to how the Lakers are poising themselves for 2027 by rewinding the clock to the past summers of 2018 and 2019. In 2018, they set themselves up to bring in LeBron James. The following offseason is when they built their championship core. The front office were able to similarly line up the contracts and maneuver the pieces back then to prime themselves as big players in free agency. The NBA insiders highlighted that a combination of getting to play with Doncic, the Los Angeles market, and a new owner, should make for a strong pitch. Naturally, things are not exactly the same as they were back then. The biggest difference that can make this plan to retool in free agency a dud is, of course, the dreaded new CBA. Everyone was reminded by ESPN that the more lucrative financial options for these stars is now typically found in extending with their current team. That is why many of these high-caliber players have opted to take the money and force their way out via trade request, when necessary. That is not what the Lakers will want to hear. While the team is not completely without tradable assets, Los Angeles is certainly not rich in that department. The balancing act that faces the Lakers is not enviable. They will have to maintain a strong roster that allows them to compete now, while continuing to fixate on the game-changing opportunity that is ahead of them. As things stand, though, every indicator points to that being the vision in Los Angeles. LeBron James will set new personal record if he starts next NBA season on the Lakers. The 2025-26 season will be LeBron James' record-breaking 23rd season in the NBA, as the Los Angeles Lakers forward will break Vince Carter's record of 22 consecutive seasons on opening night. There has been chatter around James's future with the franchise after he opted into the $52.6 million player option on his contract, but his representation made it clear that he intends to start the next season with the Lakers. James will set a new personal record on opening night with the Lakers, one that many thought he might never reach. Advertisement. LeBron James' 8th season on the Lakers will set a record many didn't know about. The 2025-26 season will be James's 8th with the Lakers. He has never played that many consecutive seasons for any franchise in his career, with his longest stint being 7 years with the Cleveland Cavaliers, 2003 to 2010. He spent 4 years with the Miami Heat, 2010 to 14, and 4 years back at the Cavaliers, 2014 to 18, before joining the Lakers in 2018. As a result, his Lakers tenure will officially become his longest continuous partnership with a franchise in his NBA career. James' first season as a Laker came in 2018-19 after he joined the team as a free agent. He was coming off 8 straight NBA Finals appearances in the Eastern Conference, now aiming to conquer the West. While he did win a title in 2020, he hasn't replicated that dominance. He's averaged 26.6 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 8.1 assists over the last 7 seasons, making the All-NBA and All-Star teams every year. Whether he continues that streak in his 8th season will be fascinating to watch. LeBron's decision to join the Lakers was something many assumed was retirement-focused in 2018, but opening night in 2025-26 will mark this as LeBron's longest continuous commitment to any team in his career, something very few expected at the time. Will LeBron James end the season as a Laker? After reports of a potential move outside of Los Angeles came alive in the offseason, fans around the NBA have been eyeing all potential hints on what LeBron intends to do with his future. With the Lakers firmly focusing on Luka Doncic, speculation about a LeBron exit has been rife. Official sources have made it clear that LeBron won't agitate for a trade and that the Lakers don't intend on trading him right now anyway, but things change over the season. If the Lakers aren't competitive enough, a LeBron trade might bring Doncic a more complimentary co-star for the future while sending LeBron to a win-now destination. But James has a no-trade clause in his contract, so any decision to switch teams mid-season will be dictated by him. For now, we should assume James will finish next season with the Lakers, as he has never been traded before in his career. But he also hadn't played 8 straight seasons with a franchise before, so maybe the belief that anything can happen in the NBA will be one fans will cling to. Destiny thinks Lakers could eventually trade Connect to create more flexibility. Connect had a solid rookie campaign, averaging 9.1 points and 2.8 rebounds per game, with 46/37/76 shooting splits in 78 games, 26 starts. He had an impressive start to the season, but his production was inconsistent outside of that, as was his playing time. Fans hoped that he'd dominate Summer League, which wasn't an unreasonable ask, considering he was a first-round pick in the previous draft. Rather than leave fans hopeful about what's to come in his second season, Connect let doubt creep into their minds. Struggling against players at the Summer League level wasn't on the bingo card. Maybe that performance will be nothing but a distant memory by the time the regular season rolls around, but that will only be if Connect changes that with his play. A noticeable improvement on the defensive end is a goal he should strive towards, and that'd help him receive consistent minutes, too. If the Lakers feel like Connect isn't developing into the player they need him to be, he could be on his way out before the deadline. Or maybe Los Angeles isn't all that concerned with his development at all, and as Vesely said, could already be thinking about a trade to free up some space. Connect had the unique, and unfortunate, experience of being traded, only to return to the team that traded him. He knows how chaotic the NBA can be. It's a business at the end of the day, so he shouldn't be surprised if a trade happens again, but for real this time. Tim Bontemps says Lakers have a lot of questions to answer despite Luka Doncic's contract extension. The Los Angeles Lakers have put the Luka Doncic saga to rest rather quickly. He arrived only in February of this year, but doubts over his future had arisen, with many believing that he didn't really want to be there. But, earlier this month, Luka Magic committed to a 3-year $165 million deal with the Lakers, establishing themselves as forces to be reckoned with in the West. That said, Tim Bontemps feels that their job isn't done yet. Doncic is the new face of the iconic Lakers franchise. LeBron James is 40, and his own future in the city of LA is up in the air. Plus, with new arrivals like DeAndre Ayton and Doncic's own recruit, Marcus Smart, it's clear that he is the centerpiece of the rebuild. At least that's the intent, as Bontemps wants the Lakers to do what the Dallas Mavericks did. Before general manager Nico Harrison's ballsy move and sent Doncic packing, the Slovenian was the man in the city of Dallas. Every decision was taken with him in mind, and Doncic paid it back tenfold. The greatest Maverick since Dirk Nowitzki, he took them to the finals in 2023-24. So, LA has to do what Dallas once did. Bontemps pointed out how the Lakers always aim for the title. And to do that, there are a few more puzzles they have to solve. Now, if you're gonna look at how you are going to build around Luka Doncic, go look at what Dallas did, he said on ESPN. You had a bunch of big, two-way wings, some rim-running centers with him. That's a formula that's led to a lot of wins for Luka Doncic in the past. Bontemps added. However, there's a catch. He noted how almost every franchise is looking for big, two-way wings who can shoot. For the Lakers to get their hands on someone good, with limited draft picks, won't be easy. The Austin Reaves situation is also casting a doubt over the Lakers' planning of the future. He'll be an unrestricted free agent next season, unless the Lakers pay him somewhere around $30 million. But can he be the right number 2 option? That's what we don't know for sure. If you pay Austin Reaves that kind of number, you're signing him up to be the Jalen Brunson or Kyrie Irving alongside Luka Doncic going forward, which is a big question the Lakers are gonna have to answer, Bontemps added. With Doncic now having signed his extension with the Lakers, the pressure is on the front office to maximize this championship window. If they play their cards right, they could have an elite team for years to come. The spotlight is firmly on Rob Pelinka and co.